Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, dudes? It's almost everybody's favorite puppy. Sorry I look like shit right now, guys, and yeah, I'm not in too great of a mood, so don't expect much comedy thrown into my words. Not that there's normally anything funny about what I say anyway. I mean, I don't seem to get a lot of laughs. Alright, so, I was just talking to a friend of mine, and, some words were thrown. This is an old flame of mine, if you will. And she kept on bringing up maturity levels. I mean, look, I know that I'm not the most mature person out there. I'm actually probably more mature than most people actually realize. When it comes to needing to be mature, I know when to be mature. Sure, I like to goof off, have fun, be immature from time to time. Most of the time when I do it, it's either to make somebody else laugh, or it's to make me laugh, or make me forget about how crappy this world actually can be. I mean, I'm sorry to get all dramatic on you guys and everything, but I'm sorry, the world's not a perfect place. Maybe yours, Mike, but who knows. And she kept on bringing up, oh, you're nothing but a wannabe backyarder. And I'm sorry, I left the backyard for a reason. And, okay, sure, I might be a squash monkey, and I might get crappy gimmicks thrown at me every once in a while, but I'm sorry, I love the business I'm in, and everything that comes with it. I might get made fun of by the other wrestlers for being a little rookie or for not being the most talented guy ever, but I'm sorry, I've been training for 2 years, almost 3 years, and I'm not quitting anytime soon. This is a show where we've had ECW's Raven. We've had WWE's Eugene. Who knows who else is going to show up? Christopher Rysick, who's been in TNA on an episode of Made. Aaron Bolo, who's been in the WWE twice. Caden Matthews, I believe, has even worked a couple of our shows, and he's been on ECW and SmackDown once or twice. I don't know. I'm sorry. I might be as talented as the best backyard wrestler ever, but at least I'm capable of going out there and making a name, or at least trying to make a name for myself. Sorry that this video is a little bit more on the serious side, and most of you probably haven't seen this side of me. This is not me crying over spilt milk. This is not me being emo about something. No, this is me almost legitimately pissed off right now. I'm not, nerd raging right now or anything. I'm not about to go slam my fist into a wall or break a bathroom mirror with my forehead or something. But, yeah, I'm kind of pissed off right now. Somebody who I thought was a friend of mine, and sure, we haven't talked in a little while, we haven't hung out in a little while, and I'm sorry that I'm almost 21 and still in high school, but you know what, I'm not gonna drop out and get my good enough degree unless I absolutely have to. I could have done it 2 years ago, but no, I'd much rather sit in a high school environment and still try and do what I couldn't do when I was younger. I'm sorry that I screwed off when I was a kid, and didn't give enough of a crap to worry about, oh, will I ever pass high school? There are things in this life that don't always turn out the way you plan. I can't just snap my fingers and be done with high school. And not just her, but even some people who always just look at me, you're still in high school? You're still in high school? Damn right I'm still in high school. Because the way I was when I was a kid, I wouldn't have been able to pass. Because I didn't have the right amount of intelligence when I was a kid. That's not to say I wasn't smart, because I like to think I've always been a little smart. It's just I didn't place my intelligence in the right spot. Again, ladies and gentle dudes, sorry if this is not what you were expecting, and I normally like to at least throw a little bit of humor into my videos. But there are some people in this world who just like to rip the humor right out of you. In the wrestling business, we call this a shoot. This is us just flat out telling the truth about something. It's not a work. I'm not going to be soft. I'm sorry you went out and got pregnant. And now you have to be mature-ish. You did that yourself. The only reason you grew up is because you were forced to grow up. You weren't growing up yourself. And sure, I've had enough happen in my life in which I should have already been forced to grow up. But you know what? You had a kid. You got kicked out of your house. I don't care what you said. That's exactly how I see that. You got kicked out of your house for doing the stuff that you do. You got married. You got divorced. You moved back here. You had a kid. I don't hate who you are. I'd still gladly be your friend. I have started to hate who you've become, though. Ever since you came back, you've been a little, I hate to say it this way because it might not really be how I feel, but it's how I feel right now. You've become a bitch. When I knew you before you moved, you were a fun, loving friend of mine. You used to laugh and joke and smile. Then you moved back. You got pregnant and became a bitch. Might be part of because of the fact that you had to force yourself to grow up. But that's what happens in those situations. Take the time you have to be a kid. That's my message to any of you watching, to those who do watch, and to those who cared enough to actually continue watching. Live life and be a kid while you can, and be an adult when you have to. Be a kid the rest of your life. Now, I'm not saying, sit around, play video games your entire life, unless you can also manage to keep a job, which, by the way, I've held for 2 years, so, little Miss Priss who pointed that out, that I only have a part-time job, yeah, it might be a part-time job, but I've held it for 2 years. How long's the longest you've held a job? Bitter. Be a kid while you can. Be an adult when you have to. This is almost everybody's favorite puppy. Saying, peace.